Hello everyone, welcome back to Ayaba Creations. Today we are learning how to make this beautiful bag right here, so stay tuned. On this channel we learn how to make simple beaded crafts, so if today is your first time, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The materials we are going to be needing for this project is 1 pack of this Caribbean beads right here. Okay, so 1 pack of this bead, and then we would also use size 10 mm sugar beads. Okay, then beading thread, you can use 0.7 mm or 0.8 mm, okay, to make the bag. All right, let's begin. So you pick 1 sugar bead, 1 Caribbean, then 1 sugar bead, and then another Caribbean bead. Okay, so this is 4 beads in all. Then you cross with a 4th bead, which is a Caribbean bead, to give a ring of 4 beads. So this is also the basic matting idea. That is what you're going to apply here to make this bag. Okay, right, so moving on, you're going to take 1 sugar bead. So you're going to put 1 each on both sides, so 1 on my left, 1 on my right, like this. Okay, then what we are going to do is to take 1 of the black long beads, which is this one, and then we cut nicely. All right, okay, so we are going in again. You're going to take 1 each of the beads, so 1 each of the sugar beads. You put 1 in your left, 1 in your right, and then you cross with the long black bead. All right, so we are crossing. Okay, so basically this is what you're going to be repeating for the first step. Okay, so I beaded quite a few off camera, so this is how it looks like. All right, so let's just continue from the top. Okay, so at this point, like this, you're just going to pick 1 bead and then you cross nicely. All right, so this is how it looks at this point. Now we are moving to the next stage. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to pass all 3 beads through 1 side of the beading thread, so you can either choose the right or the left. Okay, so then you cross with the 3rd bead, which will be the size 10 mm sugar bead, like this. So this is what you get for the first row. It's very easy, so I'm just counting here. So as you can see, the long beads are 11. You can decide to do 13, you can decide to do 12, you can decide any number depending on how long you want your bag to be. Okay, so continuing, moving on to the next stage, you're going to pick 1 long black bead, then 1 sugar bead, and then another long black bead. So this is what you're going to get. Then you're crossing with a long black bead. All right, so you get something like this. Okay, but at this point my beading thread is finished. I'm going to teach you how to fix it when this happens whilst you are doing your work. Okay, so just like that, going to pass it through this bead and then you tie a knot. Okay, make sure your knot is firmly tied. You can tie twice or 3 times, but I normally tie it just twice. Twice is enough. Okay, then now you're going to pass the excess thread through the beads, and then when you are done you can cut the excess off. All right, so what I'm going to do now is to cut a new beading thread, which I just did. I'm passing it through this bead right here, and then also this bead right here, so 2 beads in all, right? Then I am just going to pass the excess thread from the knot I tied previously through the other beads, so that I can cut it off and then continue with my work. Okay. All right, so I'm just pulling it out, and you see this how it looks. Okay, now let's continue. What I'm going to do is to pick one of the sugar beads and then one long bead, so this. All right, then I cross with a long bead to give a ring of use. If you check, you will see that it is still a ring of 4 beads, but then some of the beads are bigger than the other, and you get what I mean, right? Okay, so passing it through the next, you're also going to take one of the sugar bead and then one long bead. So basically this is what you're going to be doing. You see, it's a very easy bag to make. You don't have to spend the whole day on this bag. Okay, so when you're making it within, let's say, 2 to 3 hours, that is if you work very slow. Let me just say maybe 2 to 3 hours you should be done with this bag. If you work very fast, then within an hour or an hour or 30 minutes you should be done with this bag. You see, it's very easy to make. Very easy to make. All right, perfect for a party, perfect for a wedding ceremony, perfect for a girls' night out. Yeah, you can make this bag yourself. Okay. All right, so we are going in again, passing the beading thread through the next bead, and then you're going to take one of the size 10 mm black beads and then one of the Caribbean bead, and we are crossing with the Caribbean. So we are crossing beautifully like this, and this is how it looks. All right, so let's repeat it again. Go through, and then you can continue till you get to the last but one bead. So we are the last but one bead, so you're going to pass it through this bead, and then we are going to take one black, one long, and then we cross. Okay, so we are crossing like this. Beautiful, right? Okay, so let's finish it. So we're going to pass it through the last bead, which is this bead, and then we are going to add one Caribbean bead first before we add the black bead. Notice how the trick is done here. All right, so then we are going to cross to get something like this. Okay, then next we are going to take one Caribbean bead, then one black bead, which is the black size 10 mm sugar bead, and then also another Caribbean bead, so we get this, and then we are going to cross with the Caribbean, or let me say the long black bead, to give us a ring of 4. So we pass the beading thread through the next bead, and then we are going to take one sugar bead, one long black bead, and then we cross to give us a ring of 4. So you see, it's very simple. Really easy to make. Okay, so yeah, I beaded quite a lot of camera. Yeah, so let's just finish it at the top. Okay, so continuation, cross with a long bead like that. After you take one size 10 mm bead and then one long bead, pass the beading thread through the next bead. Then you take one size 10 mm and then one long bead. Okay, and then you cross beautifully like that. All right, okay, so let's go through the last one. So going through, then we take one black bead, size 10 mm, and then one long bead, and then we are crossing with a long bead to give our final wrinkle for. So yeah, you get this in the end. Okay, something just like this. All right, so a quick commercial break. We have an online store on Instagram where we sell beaded raw materials, so from crystals to bracelet beads, any type of bead, from pearls to sugar beads, all the other things we use to make beaded bags, beaded accessories, Caribbean beads, and all. We sell everything. They're available. You can also order your branded tags from us, okay? And then we deliver nationwide. If you're in Ghana, we deliver nationwide. And then also if you're outside Ghana, we also use we have different routes by which we do the delivery, either by buses or either with DHL or FedEx or the Ghana Post Office. Yeah, so you can check us out on Instagram at Ayaba Store. I'm going to leave the link in the description. All right, let's continue. So what we have now is I just counted 3. So 1 2 3 on one side, 1 2 3 on another side. We are going to fold. So in total it is 7 rows in all. So 3 here, 3 here, 1 for the base. Okay, so that is it. So next we are going to take 1 sugar bead and we are going to pass the sugar bead through the other Caribbean bead here, which is this bead. Okay, so it's going to go like that. And what you are going to do next is to take one of the Caribbean bead and then we cross. All right, so yeah, then we are going to pass the beading thread through this Caribbean bead here, and then also the other beading thread in my other hand also through this Caribbean bead right here. All right, so yeah, like that. Then we are going to take this and then now we are tying a knot. Okay, so that is it for the sides, and we are just going to repeat the same thing at the other side of the bag. Okay, so this is what you get. So let's just repeat the same thing at the other side of the bag. All right, so we're going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here, and then also through this bead right here, this particular bead here. Okay, then also this beading thread is going to go through this bead. Okay, then we are going to take 1 Caribbean bead and then we are going to cross to like this. So this is what you are going to do. All right, so you get something like this. Then next you are going to pass the beading thread through this bead here, and then also the beading thread here also through this bead here. All right, so this, then when you are done, you just take 1 Caribbean bead and then you cross nicely. Okay, so let's end it. It's going to go through this Caribbean bead right here. Okay, and then also this is going to go through this Caribbean bead right here. All right, so we are not going to tie a knot here or cut off the excess thread. We'll use it to make the strap of the bag or the handle of the bag, let me say that. So we pick size 10 sugar bead and then we cross. So you're going to cross like this. Okay, so what is left to make is the handle of the bag. So with that, I'm just going to pick 2 of the size 10 sugar beads. Okay, then you'll get something like this. All right, so yeah, when you are done, you just add pair the 2 twines together like this. Okay, then you just pass them through the holes in the Caribbean beads. All right, so that's what you are going to do. Basically, we are almost done with making this bag. So I added 10 beads in all, but you can decide to add less or more depending on how long you want your bag handle to be. Then when you are done, you just add sugar beads on both sides of the beading thread like this, and then you are going to go through this bead here. Okay, so watch as it's done. It's going to go through this bead. Then when you are done, you just tie a knot. Pretty easy, right? Very, very, very easy. This should be one of the easiest bag you can ever make. And voila. Thank you for watching.